AOEC here, and is it worth playing one of these bad boys in 2025? Now, for those that know what this is an original Evercade handheld from 2020. This is during like COVID era, sort of when this system first came out on the market. I have this, I have a VS, and I have a EXP, which is obviously the first three models they did. I don't have an Alpha, I don't have most of the other ones, but this system is kind of, in my opinion, it's underrated now, because when this came out, it was like $100. You got this game, you got 3 game cartridges, which all had multiple games on them. And I know there's a lot of hate towards Evercade, especially because obviously it's more... So most of the games aren't running natively on the system. Most of the games are emulated and are ROMs that have been, you know, licensed by companies like SNK, like Namco and whatever. And some of the versions are the home console versions instead of mini arcade versions, which are arguably the better versions of these games. But, you know, is it worth picking up an Evercade handheld today? It really depends on how you feel. Because I will say the Evercade handheld was good for its time, it's very especially when it came out. It was underpowered. Obviously, most systems like this are very underpowered. They aren't trying to emulate every major system ever. They're just trying to run a few games that they can obviously experiment with, and then they go from there. Now, this system could play NES, Atari, you know, SNES, Mega Drive, some PS1 games. It could play quite a wide range of different systems and games. And obviously it was quite fun. It has this nice retro looking aesthetic, which I do actually prefer this look to the EXP look that they did later on. But the problem I have with the Evercade handheld, the original Evercade handheld, was obviously the top of it. Like the shoulder buttons here, they're clicky, they're nice, they're clicky, but you needed more than that for some PS1 games, because obviously PS1 games, you kind of require, you know, all like 4 shoulder buttons for that. My biggest concern with it as well was also the fact there is no joysticks. There's no sticks to control games. There still isn't any sticks within the EXP or VS systems, I believe. But, you know, that to me, I feel like they should improve with an update, because obviously they have a new one. They should do a new one where they have joysticks, because obviously you emulate PS1 games, which PS1 games are arguably better played with the sticks rather than played with D-pad. You can play PS1 games with D-pads, but playing PS1 games with D-pads just doesn't feel right when you have obviously the controllers with the sticks that are available. Now, these things were like $100 when they came out. I'm pretty sure they're more expensive now, a lot more expensive now, because obviously all the games that this came out with are discontinued as well. So I'm not surprised that the price has gone up massively. And if you're a collector and you don't already have one of these, I don't see why you would want to buy one, to be honest, because the EXP, the VS, they're just better systems. I will also say the fact that this was micro USB when like everything was going to USB-C at the time makes it kind of hard to find chargers for, because obviously a lot of systems now don't use USB-C, USB micro USB. Most of them are USB-C now, so obviously that is a just good quality of life update they did later on. I will say it is arguably my preferred Evercade when it came to like the stylistic choices, but obviously just raw power and stuff like that, it just doesn't hold up to what they did later on. The processors is 1.2 megahertz, I believe, and the later models were 1.5. So obviously, those EXP and VS are just slightly more powerful when they just do the job better. I will say it's still a nice thing to have in my collection. I'm happy I bought it back in the day, because when we had the COVID lockdown, for example, I was collecting all the Evercade carts whilst I was locked down. So like I was going on Amazon and Funstock and buying different cartridges to actually send them to me, so I had stuff to play whilst I was locked down at home, which is kind of nice to actually do. Also, I've had some good times with this system. I don't think it's a bad system, but I do kind of feel like it's been outclassed now. It's outdated now, and it's not bad. It's not a bad system. It's just, you know, it just doesn't. It's not as popular as it once was. Because they only have better versions, and that's the sad truth. Is a lot of technology will get phased out because obviously there's better alternatives. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Have you played an Evercade OG handheld? Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and like and share. Let me know if you want me to do more videos like this, because I will consider it. I've been EC and I'm signing out. Peace.